I'm not in Gen Pop. Apparently I didn't have any audio the last time. I do have audio now. I just made sure of it. So we deleted that old video and we're gonna start all over again. So thanks for tuning in. Andy and I are at the Overland Expo, the Mountain West. And I mean, dang, I'm impressed. I needed to put Andy on a budget before we got here. This place is crazy with Overland gear. We are in Loveland, Colorado. We did a 15-hour drive here to get here. Annie and I love road tripping, and generally we tag team, but I have to admit I slept most of it this time because we drove through the night. I'm trying to bring up my feeds. Up, look at me, you can see. All right, so my feed is up, okay. All right, so if you can hear me, say hi. I'd love to know where you're from. All right, so let me pull up YouTube also while I'm here. What I was gonna do, I've kind of pivoted. That's my favorite word. What I was gonna do is do a big demo on sewing in the wilderness and outdoor supplies and what I carry in my travel kit. And I think it would just be better filmed if I was in my studio at home, so we're not going to do that today, as I promised. But we are going to talk a little bit about more of our, if you're a new quilter, and what is good for your having your travel kit and all that fun stuff. I'm still not sorry guys, hang on, I need a new window. What? Okay, I need a new window. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Loveland, Colorado is beautiful. We had kind of a storm last night. Wind whipped up. We had some thunder, not thunder, but we had lightning, and it was kind of fun. Oh, there, you can hear me. Yay! Oh my gosh. Why do they let me have technology? I don't know. My husband should babysit me with the computer all the time. In my defense, this is new software, and I had to come back and set up the Starlink and all that fun stuff. All right, good. We are back live again. All right. So, all right. So hello, Megan Swan from Oregon. So new quilter tip number 1. When you have a new to you machine, whether it's a featherweight or a Bernina or whatever, I encourage you to get to know your machine before you start any kind of projects. You do not want to be constantly pulling out your manual and following the guides and all that fun stuff. So get to know your thread path and how to thread your bobbin, because every single one of them is different, and I wouldn't just assume for a second. Good morning. Oh, hello, Christy. Thanks for saying, oh, you're here in the US? Ah, that's so fun. Okay, sorry, distracted. I want to chat with you guys in just a minute, but so get to know your thread path. The Featherweight has a fantastic manual written by the late great Mr. McCollum. It's called The Featherweight and I, and it is, in my opinion, one of the best books because it has a super good picture and diagram for how to do your cleaning, how to do your the thread, all of the things. So if you don't have anything for the Featherweight, I encourage you to check out our website on featherweightdoctor.com and for a manual on the Featherweight and the thread path and all that fun stuff. So that is my first tip and trick for brand new quilters. The second tip and trick that I would like to talk about is the wash or do not wash your fabric conversation. So when I first started quilting, like 30 years ago, it was definitely wash, and it was like this big rigmarole on like getting it in the washing machine. You had to press it out afterwards. It was a super big pain in the tail, and it was definitely kind of time dampening to just wanting to get to the fun part, which is sewing and cutting, and then sewing and all that fun stuff. So so I kind of was a rebel back in the day, and I stopped washing my material a long time ago, but some people are still pretty dedicated to it. What is this error on YouTube? Hold on, sorry. I do not know. I cannot see that. All right. Anyway, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. Okay. So they're getting buffered. Okay. Well, this is the best signal I have. So anyway, so the general rule of thumb nowadays, I mean, fabric manufacturing has gotten better. So you used to have to kind of wash the chemicals off from running through the rungs when things were getting printed. That isn't really the case anymore. So I choose, you can either wash all of your fabrics, and I mean not the batting, but the backing and the top fabrics, and then press them out, or you wash none of them. What you do not do is you do not wash like your top fabrics, press them out, and not wash your backing. What happens is it contributes to uneven shrinkage, and it's no bueno situation. It's not good. So you definitely want to make sure that if you are going to wash some of it, you wash it all. There are instances in which I still do wash fabric, and in that specific for me instance is anything with the batik, because sometimes colors don't set right because these fabrics are made in other countries. So I definitely do wash batiks. I don't work with batiks very often. They are not where I find my joy, so therefore I don't do that very often. But also when I have a real heavy gradation of lights to dark, so therefore there isn't any fabric bleeding when it does eventually get washed after it's sewn together. So I notice I do have some friends here. Let me just buzz in. So Christy, you're from UK, I think. You must have had a heck of a jet lag experience. And then Linda's from Sody Daisy, in Kentucky. Racing in Bowling Green. What kind of racing, Linda? I'm curious. And Debbie Ellen Sinclair's on. Hello, my dear. Great. Okay, great. Megan can hear and see me fine. And there's my good friend Nancy from Lake Stevens. How you doing, girl? Well, thanks for saying hi, and I appreciate you checking in. Again, I'll be recording that video next week talking about the battery backups I use and what are the essential items in my traveling kit. I think it would play way better than standing in a hot field. So thanks for checking in. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm sure we will be going live, Andy and I, from our Turtleback Diary. So if you haven't followed our page yet, I do encourage you to do that. It'll be a lot more about our adventures and our traveling journey. So you can find Turtleback Diaries on Instagram and also on YouTube. So go ahead and check it out and subscribe to the channel.